I've got a set of Summit brand small block Chevy heads that are coming through, and anything that comes through here I always throw on the bench if I can. And I actually have another set of these on a 327 I built for myself a long time ago, and it was interesting to see a couple changes they've made, and also to compare the numbers I had on these to the ones I did pretty close to 10 years ago, I'd say, when they first come out. I think mine are 74cc, these are 72, but just start out with the basics. It's a 165cc runner, 202 160 on the valves. They're back cut stainless. It's got a nice 5-angle valve. I'll show you the chamber here in a minute, but I thought I'd show the port first. And one change that they've made is they've gone to a PC type seal, or what I call a PC seal. And that was a problem I had on mine, was the valve seals leaked from the time it was new. And once I got it on, I can't remember what they used, but they didn't use that. And that thing would smoke a little bit at an idle, and going down the road at real steady state, high vacuum situations, it would smoke a little bit, and I know that's what it was. And there was nothing I could do about it because the guy needed a machine down to put that kind of seal on. But regardless, they're set up for a hydraulic flat tappet. I don't know what they are on the seat. They're probably like 100, something like that on the seat. I don't know. It's just a generic setup for your basic. I think they're good a 510 lift. Don't quote me on that, but what I'm running on this one's going to be like a 480 something, 490 something. So just a good street cam, and these are going to be a good head for it. But show the port here if I can get my light to not blind you. I don't know if my video is going to justify it, but the port bias in it is very, very good. Got a lot of room on the cylinder wall side of the guide, and it's crowded a little bit more on the left, but the port even angles. The port angles down towards the center of the cylinder head. You can see it's kicked out at the top and angles down and in at the bottom. It's a really well-designed head. I think it's either a World Products or a Dart head. I don't know which, but it's really a very nicely cast head and got a nice runner. Then your exhaust port is, it's a decent port. They're a little bit down on the exhaust from what I think they should be. See if I can get some light. But it's a decent port. It really just needs cleaned up and some blending on it, and it really wakes it up too. But let me flip this thing over. All right, so here it is from the chamber side. The exhaust port, I really just don't have, these lights just don't work good on camera, but what I can see that the exhaust side needs is to blend the seat, or the valve guide into the, thought that was going, blend the valve job into the chamber right here. There's a pretty good ledge all the way around where they sunk the seat, and it's a nice valve job. It's a 5-angle intake, and then it's a radius exhaust, and then there's your, I don't know if I can get to clear up, but there's your seat for your exhaust. And then, like I say, you can actually see it's a 5-angle, possibly, maybe more than that, but regardless, it's a nice valve job. And bowls are good. It could probably stand to have blending, like every head I've ever seen needs blended. A little bit on that side, but for the most part it's there. The throat's about 85%, 86% from what I measured. Just the cast iron factory guide, or as cast guide, I guess you would say. But flow numbers on these are what I got. Basically they peaked about 5/10, which is again good for a street cam, and that's what the springs are for anyways. So about 250 at 5/10. The low lift numbers were super good, I think, from that valve job. And the exhaust is lacking a little bit. Like I said, on the other set I did a long time ago, my numbers look like chicken scratch, but I got a ton on the exhaust side, from 135 to 160, 143 to 190. Really picked up from basically blending that. That's something I didn't point out. The short side on the exhaust, there's a pretty nasty lip right there, You blend that in, it really wakes up, and then, like I say, blend the valve job into the chamber, and you're in pretty good shape. Like I said, the intake really don't need much at all. 250 is pretty good at 5/10, and the machine work on it's really good. I think they could almost stand to be washed because there was these were all taped up. All the coolant passages were taped, and the tape had a lot of metal shavings on it that had shaken out during shipping. So a guy might be smart to wash them before you put them on the engine, but the deck surface looks great. Like I said, the valve job looks good, and the flow numbers are pretty decent. These things are $375 a piece. I don't think you can touch them for that. You can't put guides and seats in an old set of head for what these heads cost, and these will run circles flow-wise around your old school Chevy stuff. So I just wanted to pass a little bit of information on about these. I don't ever see them advertised. Like I said, I'm sure they're a Dart or a World Products. I don't know which, but anyways, enjoy.